Team talk in the bathroom with me. Okay, so I did my hair. Today is the last day of the parks and we are going to Hollywood Studios. And it is going to be Star Wars themed. I'm gonna get my lightsaber. I'm so freaking excited. I realized that I'm getting tired because I started off really strong with making videos the first day, and then yesterday at Epcot, I was slacking. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I have no idea how this vlog or all these videos are coming out, but anyway. So today's the last day of the parks. We're probably gonna stay there until late. And we do have dinner reservations tonight with the characters, so I'm really hoping the kids have I'm really hoping that the kids have so much fun, that they're well behaved, and that I get some nice clips. So, okay, clearly I'm losing my voice. I can't think anymore. I was talking, entertaining the kids the entire day on the line, and it was exhausting. But well worth it, because I'd rather them have fun than drive me nuts, even though they're both kind of the same thing at this point. It is pretty gray outside today though. It's been raining all 3 days. The first day was probably the worst with the rain, and then yesterday it probably rained like twice, but for like 2 seconds, and the second time we were indoors, so it didn't even count for us, didn't even faze us. I do have to say, I really love the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. It was so freaking fun. I wasn't expecting it. It was pretty fast, and my little brother started sobbing, but then at the end of the ride, he was like, with tears running down his face, he was like, let's do that again. Oh my god, I can't believe him. Also, I wore my brand new Converse for the first time yesterday at the parks. You know, I know it's a dumb decision, but I only got one baby blister, so honestly, for like 14 hours of walking, that's not bad. I'm pretty proud of myself with that one. And I look super cute. Okay, I'm gonna get all dolled up, put my Star Wars outfit on, and I'll see you in the parks. Okay, this is Future Bree coming in to give you guys a little bit of a background to this very choppy vlog that I put together. I was not kidding in the intro when I said I was getting lazy, because this video is just sporadic clips of the day. Not bad clips per se, but I was hopping around, man. I was barely getting around the park. So I went on Tower of Terror. That was my first time ever going on that ride. And I went with my little brother and my stepdad. And I knew that we were dropping. Like, I understood the whole concept of the ride. But that initial drop, I latched onto my little brother. I was like, he's gonna die. We're gonna lose him. Because my whole body lifted off the seat, and I'm like, if I'm flying, he's out of his seat. Like, I gotta just bring him back down to earth, you know what I mean? We ended up grabbing a picture of our reactions for the first drop, and I'll show you in the next clip, but I just needed to give you that background story that I was scared shitless. However, though, the like setup and the ambiance before you actually get onto the ride was so freaking cool. Here are some pictures. You see all the fog, and we were taking pictures in the fog, but honestly the fog wasn't just like ooh, it was like a nice cool mist, much needed, because that was like the hottest freaking wind. And then we saw the inside with the nice cobwebs and the cute little background. I loved it. Like I said, this was my first time on the ride, so everything I was just like ah you know. But okay, back to the video. I went on Tower of Terror for the first time, and it was fantastic.
Upside down.
My bestest buddy, Lightning McQueen, done asked me to introduce him. So I put together a little thing I call Lightning McQueen, the untold story that ain't done yet been told.
Champion and Mater's best friend, Lightning McQueen!
Mater, that was some introduction. Well,
I thought this was so cute. We saw Lightning McQueen. I was expecting like just a video, kind of like how Mater popped up on the screen, but then we saw the actual freaking car. I thought it was so cute. My mom said, she was like, it was all right. Like, she was very unimpressed by it. Not that it was bad, but she was just, maybe because I had 0 to no expectations, so when a full-on vehicle popped up, I was like, this is crazy. I thought it was cute. But then right after this, we ended up going, my grandmother and I were just kind of roaming around because I forgot what happened. I think the kids wanted to go on a ride, or my mom had booked a reservation, and me and my grandma were just like, not. We just needed a break. We needed to go somewhere with AC, and we split up from the group. So while we were waiting for them to be done with their ride, we saw that Frozen show was going on right next to us, and we needed somewhere cold. Frozen was playing. We were waiting anyway. Bada boom, bada bing. We ended up going to watch Frozen. It was a little corny, but it was a good corny. I had a good laugh. I honestly have not even acknowledged Frozen at all since like the year it came out, which I didn't realize was as long ago as it was. But anyway, we were enjoying ourselves, I think, and we had a cute little ending. So the next clip I'm going to show you is just their little snow bubble thingies, and I thought it was adorable. So here's our reaction. This place blew my mind. The attention to detail on everything, down to like the garbage can. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. The kids had a blast. They obviously have not gone in depth with the Star Wars series, episodes, movies, trilogies, all that jazz. They bare minimum, but they understand how freaking amazing this experience was. Little Levi was in love with the stormtroopers. He kept following them around and they loved him. Honestly, you just saw this clip. They were talking to him. That was like the 4th time they had spoken to him. That's why his reaction wasn't that crazy. But you see him just like grab a piece of popcorn. He's like, yeah, they're talking to me. They're so cool. Like, I'm cool. I got the okay. Even though it was so hot and they were so tired, they literally were just like following the stormtroopers around. They're like, this is so amazing. And then I took the kids and like fully embraced the world that we were in. I ended up getting a coffee for me, the really cool Cocoa Puffs on top. I forgot the actual name of it, but it was this amazing cold brew. I was expecting it to be crappy, to be honest, just because it looked so good and like I was buying it more for the aesthetic, but I drank it and I loved it. I loved it, and it was just amazing. It didn't upset my stomach either, which props to you with coffee, man. Also, really good popcorn, perfectly salted, extremely buttery and green and cool, and everything. I'm telling you, attention to detail with everything. It was amazing. Something crazy did actually happen though. We ended up eating lunch. I'm horrible at this. I forgot the name of the restaurant. And we're eating. I had this awesome vegetarian dish with like these fake vegan meatball things. Super, super tasty. And all of a sudden, Malia starts getting red in the face and like itchy, and me and my grandma call her out. We're like, what's going on? Like, what's, you know, like, why are you itching? And then my mom's like, yeah, like, why are you itching? She had an allergic reaction to something. Nothing severe where like her throat closed or anything, but she started getting hives all over her face, super red, and it became, like, obviously we panicked because we're like, what the hell just happened? Like, everything was all fine and dandy. And then we had the manager of the location come over, and then we had the chef come over to go over the ingredients. We had an ingredient list, and then they were like, are you sure you don't want medical attention? Like, we can, you know, get the ambulance in here. And we're like, oh my god, no, I think like we're okay. We just got an ice pack, and it was this whole thing. It wasn't scary. Okay, it was a little scary, but not really, because we knew she was fine. She was talking, everything was fine. If anything, we were laughing about it for the most part, and we were just like so caught off guard, like, what? Like, this is the last thing that we'd expect to happen. I feel like there's always something that happens on family trips, especially with my family. It's never 100%. Not that we blame anyone for this, like, we had no idea, she had no idea. Never seen her react to anything like this food-wise, and it was just, we were just like, what the hell? Just kind of wasted more time in the AC just to collect ourselves after that. And then I put my name on a reservation to make my saber. And then I got the confirmation, and I was so happy. I can't even, I was waiting for this moment. Like, I had put in my mind that I'm gonna buy a saber months before we actually got there. Like, this was, even before we planned this trip, I've always wanted to get a saber, and then my mom confirmed the trip, and I was like, well, that's it. That's it. I'm dropping $300 to get the saber and go through this experience. And it was so packed that day that I was really worried that I wouldn't be able to book a reservation to make it. But luckily, it worked. It all worked out. There was an opening, it was a slot. I was allowed only one other person to come in with me. Otherwise, then it would be a whole separate saber type of thing, you know what I mean? It's a small space that we were in, and my mom came with me and she recorded for me. So that's what you're seeing in the next clips. But fair warn you that I'm going to include everything. So if you're bored or don't care about this, go to the next video, or I don't know what you're doing here anyway, because was strictly here for the Star Wars. So yeah, enjoy. I wish I could go back. I want to live there. I don't know how I flippin' forgot this, but I met my husband that day in person. I was so shook. I can't afford their photos, so sorry, but yep. Okay, just watch the clip. Favorite part.
You may call me Kimbe. We humbly call ourselves the Gatherers because we search the galaxy for ancient relics, forgotten places, abandoned outposts, battle-ravaged planets. And what we find, we bring here. So for those stormtroopers that see only worthless clutter, those who know see priceless history. The lightsaber has been wielded by some of our greatest heroes and darkest enemies. It is elegant and enigmatic. To build a saber is an art. The lightsaber is a reflection of the builder, but the force flowing between them. Today, you get to feel that connection. All the kyber crystals I described, which one calls to you? Now, everyone, open your eyes and take your crystal. And once you've selected your kyber crystal, please place it in the crystal holder in front of you. These chambers. This is very dangerous. Only to be done by those who've been training many years, such as our gatherers. And even with all this training, sometimes things happen. But we're not going to call those things mistakes, or accidents, or explosions.
many parts still heard. Now, join the army. Yes, lightsaber. It begins. It is time. Your journey.
Is everyone ready? Step forward.
You ready?
Hand on your hips. And activate. Builders, raise your lightsabers. Build a lightsaber like the Jedi and Sith who came before you. And just like them, you too may change the galaxy. Remember, it only takes a spark. Everyone, grand adventure awaits you outside that door.
I mean, just wow. Wasn't that amazing? I'm totally biased. I love the acting. It was a little corny, but also, like, come on. I'm in Disney. I'm living my best Disney life. I'm gonna be corny. Fully embraced it. My mom was totally into it. She thought it was so cool, and you know, she's not really that big on Star Wars, but she was the best supporter. I also wanted to mention that the kyber crystal, when they passed mine over, I know I showed you guys me like selecting it and putting it in the tray in front of me, but when we were actually building the saber, my dumbass dropped it right as she was like, oh, this is the most, you know, important crystal, very, I don't know, whatever hoopla she was saying, like she was like really emphasizing the importance of the crystal, and I dropped it. Like, ah, shit. I could have sworn I have the clip of it. I'm gonna have to find it. Yeah, I was super embarrassed. My mom, and it's like pitch black in there, okay? So I'm like blind leading the blind trying to fucking find this thing. I finally got it though, and I put the saber together. It was actually quite difficult. Thank God they were there to help me. I don't know why I was struggling so much. Maybe I was just too excited. The activation of the saber and like seeing it light up and just the noise in the room, everyone doing it at the same time. I loved it. It was definitely worth the experience, at least doing it once. From now on, I think I'm gonna buy my sabers elsewhere though, a little bit cheaper for more like fun around the house type of thing. But I'm so glad that I did this. It was totally worth it. Definitely recommend. Absolutely going back and buying a droid. Are you kidding? We were walking and a droid just goes like right in front of us, and I'm like, whose droid is that? My mom was like, are those the toys that you build? I go, yeah, I don't think they're just toys. Like, those are like legit droids. She goes, that's really cool. And for my mom to say that, I was like, yeah, I kind of want one. Priorities though, let me get the saber first, come back, and then I'll get a droid. So that's on my next list of things to do or purchase. So that was our last day at the parks, and 10 out of 10 I recommend. We took full advantage and stayed the entire time. I wish I can go back. I'm already missing it. And now this is future Brie in September, and I'm still thinking about this trip. It was amazing, but also I'm never disappointed by my Universal / Disney trips. So I also want to include that this same day I was supposed to go to Universal to get a little tattoo-y done at the tattoo shop there. But I ended up moving it to the next day because we didn't have to fly out until Saturday night. This was Friday. And so I went Saturday morning to get my little tattoo done. And I'm gonna insert a clip here of the tattoo that I got done. I love that place. My tattoo artist, I love Kool-Aid. He's my man. He's done my eye tattoo. And now he did my Hazel tattoo. So I am super thankful that he was able to squeeze me in. I did, however, have to pay a little extra because I changed a date a little too close to the window, but that was my fault. So, but overall, successful trip. We saw all the parks that we wanted to see. We saw all the characters we wanted to see. I bought everything that I wanted to buy. Oh, actually, I did not. I really wanted the Mustafar cups, the Starbucks cups, of showing the iconic scene between Anakin / Vader, but at the time was still technically Anakin, and Obi-Wan. Are you kidding? I should have bought them. I should have bought them. It had they had like the actual like mug of it, and then they had espresso cups of like the different worlds. I was like, I don't need it. I have so many. I was trying to be too good on this trip. I was really trying to save my money on this trip, and I regret it. I wish I purchased that. I'm still thinking about it to this day. I have a problem. I know I do. Other than that, I have no regrets going. Super happy, and I think the kids had the best freaking time. So that's it. Sorry for the delayed posting, but life. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.